Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big news out of the Middle East after the United States military and Delta Force conducted a significant operation, killing a senior ISIS leader and his two sons, also members of ISIS. That is right, an ISIS leader, one of the most important leaders in the scumbag terrorist organization, is now permanently taking a nap after getting a face-to-face introduction with American service members, the most elite kind of American service members. We're going to get into exactly what happened, the information that the United States military has released, and much more. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing and is a huge boost to the channel. Make sure to comment your thoughts below. I'm trying to respond to as many comments as I possibly can get to. I love seeing the debates in the comments. Hit that bell, all notifications turned on so you won't miss a single video. You'll be the most up-to-date people on YouTube. And then right here at the bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. You can follow me there where I share a lot of fun stuff as well. Now, let's get into it. So as we know, the situation in Syria is rapidly spiraling out of control. There is infighting between different ethnic clans, different ethnic groups. You got the Druze, the Bedouins. You have the state security forces, which just 7-8 months ago were a terrorist organization known as HTS. Now they run the country, as well as you have the Turks in Syria. You have the Kurds in Syria. You have Russian military forces in Syria. You have the United States military in Syria. It's an absolute disaster. It's been that way since the start of the Civil War. People thought maybe it would get better now that Bashar al-Assad was gone, but it really doesn't appear like it will get better. It appears like, if anything, we are destined for more years of chaos in a situation nobody can put a cap on. One of the problems with that is that chaos and lack of stability a long time ago, years and years ago, allowed ISIS to thrive inside Syria. It allowed the barbaric and sadistic terrorist organization to have a home, a base, if you will. When President Trump was elected in 2016, one of the things he set out to do was crush ISIS. And very quickly into his first term, ISIS took a lot of hard hits, a lot of brutal losses, but there were remnants, pockets, factions that were still on the run. We have killed the leader of ISIS twice now. They got Baghdadi in 2019. They got the guy that followed him not that much longer. And while ISIS remains absolutely degraded and is struggling to get a foothold, they still do exist scattered throughout Syria. Well, they're down one more boss. They're down one more commander. Let me go ahead and throw this up on the screen for y'all. This comes from U.S. Central Command. Now, I have to say up front, whenever I talk about this stuff, some people get very upset. They're like, why are you talking about military operations? Why are you talking about what's going on? Why are you talking about these raids? This was made public by the U.S. government, okay? This was made public by the U.S. military. It's not like I dug up or heard something. This is a statement released by the United States military. So clearly, the United States military has no problem with this information being out there. They want this information out there. So let's read this. It says, CENTCOM forces kill senior ISIS leader in Al-Bab, Syria. For those of you who don't know, Syria is Delta Force's area of operations. So when you hear CENTCOM forces and we're talking about a direct action raid, what they're talking about is a Delta Force team or multiple Delta Force troops. They usually have a squadron deployed over there. The government is not going to come out, just like they didn't come out the last two times we killed the leader of ISIS, and say, hey, this was Delta Force that did this. All they're going to say is, it was CENTCOM military forces. That's how they kind of obscure the fact of who actually was responsible for the raid. But that's what it means. That's what it's always meant. Syria is Delta Force's playground. So let's read this. CENTCOM forces kill senior ISIS leader in Al-Bab, Syria. Early this morning in Al-Bab, Aleppo governorate Syria, CENTCOM forces conducted a raid, resulting in the death of senior ISIS leader Dia Zabwa Musli al-Hardani. Now, I'm sure I butchered that. I don't care. The guy's a scumbag, doesn't even deserve to have his name said. And his two adult ISIS-affiliated sons, Abdallah Dia al-Harari and Ab al-Raham Dia Zabi al-Hardani. You guys are probably getting a good laugh at my attempts to pronounce these pieces of garbage name. These ISIS individuals posed a threat to U.S. and coalition forces, as well as the new Syrian government. 3 women and 3 children were also on target and were unharmed. So they saved all the innocent people, got rid of the 3 bad guys, most importantly, the senior ISIS official. We will continue to relentlessly pursue ISIS terrorists wherever they are. ISIS terrorists are not safe where they sleep, where they operate, where they hide. Along our partners and allies, U.S. Central Command is committed to the enduring defeat of ISIS terrorists that threaten our region and our allies and our homeland, said General Michael Eric Kurilla, U.S. Central Command commander. Now, what's interesting about this, let me put this up. The killing of an ISIS leader, an ISIS official, comes about a week after the U.S. military put an alert out for former special operations members that operated in Syria and Iraq that were retired and out, but were public, specifically living in Florida, believing they were going to be targeted by an unknown terrorist organization. The fact that they were being targeted, that veterans from Syria and Iraq, where we did most of the fighting against ISIS, there are other groups, but that's where ISIS was, led me and others to believe that it was likely ISIS responsible for this threat warning. So I'm going to read this for those of you who haven't seen it. It says, this message is to inform you of a recent duty to warn notification regarding a potential terrorist threat targeting retired senior officials who previously served in the Department of Defense with roles in the Syria-Iraq theater. The current geographic focus of this threat is Florida. While this threat does not directly target active duty USASOC personnel, we are issuing this notice to reinforce the importance of vigilance and situational awareness. We encourage all personnel to remain alert to their surroundings, both on and off post, and to report any suspicious activity to the appropriate authorities. We respectfully request that you share this information with any retired military personnel you know who are currently residing in Florida. Encourage them to remain vigilant and to report any suspicious activity to local law enforcement. This notification serves as a reminder to adhere to the established personal security measures, including maintaining a heightened awareness of your surroundings, securing your residences, and reporting any unusual or concerning behavior to the appropriate authorities. For further information or to report suspicious activity, please contact DACID, DACI, U.S. Army MP, or local law enforcement. So that right there was the alert that went out. I'm not saying the two are connected. I'm not saying they have anything to do with each other, but it is interesting that 1 week after that warning goes out, United States operators on the ground in Syria smoke a senior ISIS leader as well as his 2 ISIS scumbag sons. Let this be a reminder. Let this be a reminder to every bad guy, everybody in the world who wants to harm Americans, wants to harm American service members. We can find you. We can absolutely 100% find you. We will find you. And when we find you, we will eliminate you. We have the best military on the planet. We have the best soldiers on the planet. We have the best equipped military on the planet. We have the best trained military on the planet. And we have the best well-funded military on the planet. When our guys show up in the middle of the night in helicopters, it is game over for whoever they are hunting. It is that simple. You want to play stupid games and threaten Americans, you're going to win stupid prizes, and that's going to be you getting killed and our guys going home safe. So being a terrorist doesn't have a great life expectancy when the United States is hunting you. I give a huge shout out to the operators involved, the intel people involved, everyone who put this mission together and took this absolute piece of trash off the battlefield. I hope he died like a coward. I hope he died like a dog, as President Donald Trump would say. So clearly the United States is still operating in the region. We'll continue to do so to protect American interests. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And as always, thanks for watching. Hit me on Instagram, David_Hookstead, or X, D Hookstead. I'll catch you all next time.